For years, Ares was the most despised god of Olympus. His actions caused disasters that destabilized Zeus's realm. The immortals constantly complained about his violent conduct and demanded punishment to straighten him, to make him more like his sister, Athena. The siblings shared the gift of war, but in opposing forms. Ares embodied brutality, blood, and destruction. Athena represented strategy, wisdom, and justice. This difference marked their rivalry from the beginning. When Zeus ordered the creation of mankind, Ares opposed it frontally. "They are inferior and unworthy beings," he protested before his father. "They do not deserve to exist." Zeus ignored his words. "They will serve the gods and worship us," he decreed with inflexible authority. Ares went to the divine council to denounce what he considered an abomination, but no one listened. His reputation preceded him, and his arguments were dismissed as mere rage from the violent son. Humiliated, Ares swore vengeance. "I will end Olympus, the gods, my father, and his precious creation." He recruited 3 loyal allies: Phobos, god of horror; Deimos, god of terror; and Ino, goddess of destruction. Together they traversed cities, sowing chaos and death. With each battle instigated, Ares sent a silent challenge toward the heights. "See what you have created, father. Your men tear each other apart with a mere word from me." Zeus observed these actions with growing rage. "His savage nature dishonors Olympus," he declared. "He does not possess even a shred of Athena's nobility." The confrontations between father and son escalated in violence. Athena descended many times to defend the established order, fighting her brother until he was badly wounded. But they never destroyed him completely. Shared blood always stopped the final blow. Ares, after each defeat, perfected his strategy. He no longer sought simple conflicts, but a definitive confrontation. He orchestrated a war so devastating that 3 rivers were dyed red with the blood of the fallen. This time, Zeus's fury was uncontainable. He summoned all the gods of Olympus. "My son has corrupted life with violence and horror," he pronounced. "He is pushing mankind toward extinction, sacking cities and killing the just. We must eliminate him." The immortals nodded. Zeus gave the order. "Descend, find that traitor, and end him." One after another, the gods descended to Earth. They found Ares in a recently abandoned battlefield, where ravens feasted among the dead. Hermes was the first to attack, confident in his legendary speed. He danced around Ares like a silver lightning bolt, delivering blows that could barely be followed by the eye. "You always thought yourself superior, messenger," growled Ares, bleeding from dozens of small wounds. "But speed without strength is like wind without storm." Ares stopped trying to follow Hermes' movements. He closed his eyes and listened. The sound of winged sandals cutting through the air revealed the pattern. When Hermes attacked again, Ares turned with brutal precision and pierced the swift god's side with his spear. "War teaches patience," he whispered in Hermes' ear as he fell. Apollo arrived then, radiant as 1,000 suns, golden bow in hand. His arrows of light pierced the air with divine precision. 3 embedded in Ares' chest, burning his immortal flesh. "Your darkness cannot resist my light, brother," proclaimed Apollo, drawing his bow again. Ares staggered, fell to one knee. The solar god advanced confidently to deliver the final blow. It was then that Ares revealed his strategy. He had allowed the arrows to wound him to draw Apollo within range of hand-to-hand combat. With a movement that defied his apparent weakness, Ares lunged forward. Both gods rolled across the bloodied ground. Apollo released solar rays that burned Ares' skin, but the war god endured the pain, clutching his brother's throat. The battle between them lasted entire days. Where they fought, nights became days and days nights. Finally, Ares managed to wrench the bow from Apollo's hands and, with the solar god's own weapon, rendered him unconscious. He had barely caught his breath when the nearby waters began to stir. Poseidon emerged from the depths, majestic and terrible. His trident struck the earth, and an earthquake toppled Ares. "The sea contains the fury of 1,000 storms," declared the Lord of the Oceans. "Your rage is but a drop in my immensity." Poseidon unleashed all his fury. Giant waves lashed the battlefield. Saltwater tornadoes enveloped Ares, dragging him, drowning him, punishing him mercilessly. The god of war struggled to breathe, to remain standing. When it seemed Ares would succumb under the oceanic power, something changed within him. Every humiliation, every contempt, every injustice suffered fueled a fire that not even the ocean could extinguish. Gripping his sword with both hands, Ares thrust it into the earth with such force that the waters receded, forming a dry circle around him. "Water may erode stone," shouted Ares, "but it evaporates before the fire of righteous hatred." Poseidon attacked again, but this time Ares was prepared. He dodged the trident and, in a movement containing centuries of pent-up rage, delivered a blow so powerful it split the divine weapon in half. Without his trident, Poseidon was vulnerable. Ares did not hesitate. A second blow left the Lord of the Seas lying among his own churning waters. Then came the others. Demeter tried to trap him with vines and roots. Hephaestus attacked him with weapons forged in the heart of volcanoes. Dionysus sought to drive his mind mad with visions. One by one, the Olympians tested their power against Ares. One by one, they were defeated. Zeus's relegated son now displayed an unimaginable strength, fueled by every slight, every mockery, every humiliation suffered over centuries. But the victories were not easy. Each combat left new scars on his immortal body, witnesses to a long-awaited revenge. Zeus contemplated these defeats from his throne, incredulous. The sky darkened with his anger, and lightning bolts split the firmament. "After you are destroyed by my hands, not even your memory will remain," he shouted. "Tartarus will be your eternal prison." "I await you, father," responded Ares. "Come and face the truth you never wanted to see. This is the end of Olympus." Zeus descended surrounded by lightning. The earth trembled beneath his feet as he reached the battlefield. Father and son looked at each other with pure hatred. The clash was apocalyptic. The ground split, mountains crumbled, seas churned in monstrous waves. Ares attacked with his black sword, forged in millennia of hatred. Zeus counterattacked with his thunderbolt, capable of pulverizing cities. To the astonishment of the king of gods, Ares not only resisted the impact but absorbed its power. His armor, tempered in resentment, repelled the most powerful weapon of the pantheon. "You were always wrong about me," shouted Ares as he redoubled his attack. "You saw weakness where there was strength. You preferred Athena's cold strategy over my burning passion." These words wounded Zeus more than any weapon. He defended himself with renewed fury, but each blow he delivered seemed to strengthen his adversary. After a combat that seemed eternal, Ares seized a moment of doubt and plunged his sword into Zeus's side. The golden blood of immortals flowed from the wound. The father of gods fell to one knee, his face contorted with pain and surprise. The very son he had despised had defeated him. Ares rose over his fallen father, the tip of his sword grazing his throat. A bitter laugh escaped his lips. Where is your greatness now? The one you called unworthy has vanquished you." Zeus, recognizing his vulnerability, changed strategy. "The world needs guidance, son. Without us, men will be lost in chaos." "You call your tyranny guidance?" spat Ares. "Your cruel punishments, your obvious favoritism. No, father. The world needs freedom." The sky darkened completely. Thunder sounded like distant laments. Zeus gathered his last strength and stood. He knew the fight could continue for centuries, destroying everything in its path. "What do you propose then? Total annihilation?" Ares looked at him with eyes that had seen too much contempt, too much injustice. "The only way to end this battle is for you to accept my conditions," he declared. "From today, no god will interfere in human affairs. No more manipulations, no more punishments, no more capricious favors. Men will forge their own destiny. Olympus will continue to exist, but forever separated from the world you created." Zeus weighed these words. Surrendering meant unprecedented humiliation, but also the end of a war that threatened to destroy everything. With the weight of defeat on his shoulders, he nodded. "So be it. The paths between worlds will close. We will observe, but no longer intervene." The pact was sealed with divine blood. Zeus returned to Olympus, gathered the surviving immortals, and with deep bitterness forever closed the bridges connecting the divine with the earthly. From that day, men walk alone. Their prayers receive no answer. Their sacrifices appease no wrath. Their triumphs and failures belong to them completely. Some say the gods observe from afar, bound by the ancient pact. Others believe they have vanished, becoming mere legends. Only Ares knows the truth. Sometimes during the bloodiest battles, some warriors swear they see a solitary figure on a distant hill. An observer with burning eyes who does not intervene, but nods with somber satisfaction as he confirms that, free from the divine yoke, men can choose both destruction and peace. Thus ended the era of active gods, not with their extinction, but with their forced exile. Olympus endures as a distant echo, a memory of past glory that no longer touches human destiny. And in this world liberated from divine caprice, humanity learned the hardest lesson. The true war is not waged between armies, but between the light and darkness that dwells in each heart. A battle that not even Ares, with all his fury and power, could win for them. This version of the fall of Olympus represents an alternative interpretation of Greek mythology, not an official myth of the classical canon. Thank you for accompanying me on this journey through the less traveled paths of Greek mythology. Until next time.